Learning a new language demands constant, dynamic interaction. You need someone to talk to, make mistakes with, and learn from in real time. But most learners face a distinct logistical problem. They are trying to acquire a social skill while practicing in an absolute vacuum. Flashcards and pre-recorded audio drills only take you so far. Today, we can bypass those passive models entirely. By configuring conversational artificial intelligence, you can generate a dedicated, round-the-clock tutor that responds exactly to your individual learning pace. To run this protocol, you only need 3 things: an internet-connected device, a standard free account with an AI like ChatGPT, and a basic foundational grasp of your target language. Where most new users fail is in their initial approach. They give the system vague instructions, like asking it to teach them English. The AI responds by spitting out long, static lists of vocabulary words, leaving the user right back where they started, reading instead of conversing. To prevent that, we have to engineer a specific persona. We need to force the AI out of its default mode as a search engine and lock it into the role of an active conversation partner, creating a continuous, personalized feedback loop. Step 1 is establishing your workspace. Open your AI platform and start a new chat thread. This specific digital room will be permanently dedicated to your linguistic training, isolating it from any other tasks. We now need to deploy a precise string of text, a semantic command designed to override the system's default behavior. Enter this exact prompt: act like my English-speaking partner, talk to me daily, and correct my mistakes. This phrasing is highly intentional. By commanding it to act like a speaking partner, you establish a peer-to-peer dynamic. The instruction to correct mistakes gives it strict permission to interrupt and fix your syntax. If you deviate from these specific parameters and make a general request, the algorithm defaults to generating long-form essays or grammar lectures. You want a dialogue, not a heavy textbook. Hit enter and watch the response. You can verify the system has complied with your parameters if it immediately replies with a short greeting and a direct conversational question aimed back at you. With that single string of text, you have successfully reconfigured a broad AI tool into an interactive linguistic sparring partner, ready for input. Now that the system is initialized, we need to test its correction mechanism. We do this by intentionally feeding the algorithm flawed data. Reply to the AI's opening question, but deliberately construct a grammatical error. For example, if you are talking about something you did yesterday, use the present tense instead of the past tense. Many learners possess a deep psychological barrier against making mistakes. But in this isolated environment, generating errors is actually the intentional fuel that drives the learning process forward. You have to give the system something to fix. The AI intercepts flawed input, cross-references against syntax rules, and splits the data. It rejects incorrect phrasing, generating a corrected output block. During the analysis phase, the system isolates the specific incorrect verb from the surrounding sentence structure before offering its alternative. Establishing this intentional friction proves the concept. It validates that your correction algorithm is actively monitoring the exchange, rather than blindly agreeing with whatever you type. When the AI responds to your flawed input, you need to dissect its reply before you type another word. The output will be deliberately structured in 2 distinct layers. First, you will see the immediate grammatical correction at the top of the message. Right below that, the AI will naturally continue the conversation, usually ending with another prompt for you to answer. Looking at this side-by-side interface, the error is immediately obvious. The AI caught the tense mismatch, explicitly flagging "I go" and replacing it with the correct past tense form "I went." Pause and consciously process why that correction was made. Internalize the logic of past tense rule before you begin drafting your next response. As you continue chatting, keep your replies relatively short, 1 or 2 sentences at most. If you write massive paragraphs, the algorithm will return overwhelming walls of corrections that are simply too dense to parse effectively. Refine your syntax through methodical microanalysis of every highlighted deviation. This system works because you are forced to consciously correct your internal logic line by line. By strictly using this single preserved chat thread every day, you turn it into an ongoing, persistent data log. The AI retains the context of your previous conversations and maps your recurring mistakes. As shown in this timeline graph, A strict protocol of just 5 minutes of daily interaction quickly accumulates. Those scattered daily input blocks compound into a dense, upward trending map of your specific linguistic patterns. Once you are comfortable with text, you can initiate a modal shift. Open this exact same digital thread using the AI application on your mobile device and activate the voice interface. Now you are no longer typing. By verbalizing your responses, you force the algorithm to listen and reply out loud, transforming your text-based correction system into a real-time auditory and phonetic training environment. Fluency now depends entirely on your daily, disciplined execution within this artificial environment. Consistent practice in this system overcomes the traditional hurdles of geography and social access.